Yes.
You've been here before, correct?
Yeah, I've been here before.
And you filed some kind of motion. Have you filed anything?
What's that?
Have you made any kind of filings on your behalf?
Yeah, quite a few.
This is the city of Detroit versus Jamil Amir Lockhart, case number
SP 121-8061, SP 121-8072, counts 1 and 2, SP 124-78, strike that, SP 124-7989, count 1, 2, and 3, and SX 378-29611.
appearance for the record, please. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am Jamil of the family Lockhart. The motions that I filed and the documents that I have filed have all been trying to ascertain the jurisdiction of this court. And I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me. And I'm trying to understand under what jurisdiction the court intends to proceed. First of all, is this going to be a civil or a criminal action? Criminal. Okay.
Misdemeanors punishable by 93 days in jail, up to maximum possible penalty 93 days in jail, and $500 in fine for each of the misdemeanor counts.
Okay. So, Your Honor, the Constitution grants this court.
Hold on. Listen, Mr. Sanchez, you have to be quiet, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, the Constitution grants this court two criminal jurisdictions. One is criminal jurisdiction under the common law, and one is a criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunal. From Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution. So in which of these two criminal jurisdictions does the court intend to try me?
You know, sir, this is something, where is your motion, sir?
There's a motion filed there. It's a motion to dismiss based on lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
All right, I'm going to deny that motion. I'm going to set a bench trial or jury trial if you choose. Which one would you want to have?
Okay, Your Honor, under what grounds, what facts and findings and conclusions of law are you denying that motion to dismiss? I'm trying to understand the jurisdiction of the court. You have not disclosed it to me.
I'm asking you to disclose it to you. Check the court rules, sir.
Well, Your Honor, the Sixth Amendment grants me the right to understand the nature and cause of any action brought against me, and it grants you the duty to inform me. So I don't think you would be breaching your oath of office if you were to inform me under which jurisdiction this court intends to proceed. In order for me to intelligence.
How many times the judge had to call Anthony Davis's name before he finally appeared? At 11:30, when he was ordered to be there at 9 o'clock. And this isn't his first no-show. The judge rattled off a whole history of missed appearances going back to 2022. When you see a case that old still unresolved, it's usually because someone's been dodging responsibility, and today's delay just confirmed it.
Around 4:29 p.m. in the area of Jefferson and St. Albans in the city of Detroit. That's punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. The other charges, no insurance misdemeanor. On the same date and time, you were operating, the allegation says you were operating a vehicle in that area, of which is a 2011 Jaguar in the city of Detroit, and could not provide or did not have the necessary insurance required on that motor vehicle. That punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. On 9/11/2021 at 2:57 p.m. or thereabouts in the area of Jefferson and Riopelle, you are not. The allegation is that you were driving the same 2011 Jaguar in the city of Detroit without the proper registration on that vehicle, that's punishable by 93 days in jail and or $500.
Sir, I understand the claim.
Maximum possible. Don't interrupt me, sir.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
On the same date, 9/11/2021, around 2:57, same date time, it is alleged that you were driving in that area in the city of Detroit, in Jefferson and Rydell. You're driving of that 2011 Jaguar without a valid driver's license. You drove while license not valid or improper. That's the allegation, and that is punishable by 93 days in jail. The maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. And on the same date and time, it is alleged that you were asked to provide proof of insurance on that vehicle, for which you, the allegation is that you did not provide that insurance, sir. And that penalty for driving an vehicle without the proper insurance, punishable by maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. And lastly, it is alleged that on August 25th, 2020, at around 3:27 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of the Lodge Freeway and Warren, sir, you were driving, again, a 2011 Jaguar. These are the allegations. And you were pulled over in the city of Detroit, and you were asked to produce a valid driver's license, for which you could, the allegation is that you could not do so. And that the maximum possible penalty for that offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. Those are the charges. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Imagine walking into court, logging into Zoom court, in a tank top that says "not human" in bright pink letters. Even the judge couldn't ignore it. Court is a place where perception matters. Your
Honor, I am trying to understand the jurisdiction of this court.
And as
I said, you told me it was a criminal jurisdiction.
If you read the Michigan court rules, the Michigan court rules will tell you and give you jurisdiction. So they have a copy of the Michigan court rules online or at the public library. I'm sure it is easily ascertainable, and we're not going to keep going down this road, young man. Do you want a bench trial?
So I cannot. I'm asking you a very specific question, and it is this a criminal jurisdiction under common law, or is it a criminal jurisdiction under military tribunal?
Let's move on to the next person.
Sir, please answer that.
It
can only be one or the other.
You'll leave me no choice but to hold you in contempt. I'm asking you a specific question.
I do not wish to be held in contempt. I am trying to exercise my Sixth Amendment right. I can show you exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime, sir.
Sir, the way you speak to the court is via motion, okay? If you have a motion that I've already denied one of your motions, if you have another motion,
under what basis? Under what grounds have you denied my motion?
It's not my job to explain to you all of the court rules, sir.
Sir, there's only two jurisdictions which this court can operate under.
Just like any other, you're going to be treated just like any other lawyer that comes in this courtroom. Okay? So you have to know the rules.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to seek legal advice or ask you what the rules are. I'm asking you a very specific question. There can only be two jurisdictions under criminal law. And is it under common law or is it?
But it can definitely make you look careless. This was one of those moments where the defendant's choices spoke louder than his words. After clip 3, the defense attorney tries to smooth things over, blaming technical issues for today's delay. But the judge's skepticism is clear, especially with so many past failures to appear. Judges hear technical issues a lot in the Zoom era. Sometimes it's true.
With you regarding court rules and all that, if you want to represent yourself, you're going to be required and you're going to be held to the same standards as anybody else, lawyer or otherwise, non-lawyer that comes into court. So with that being said, sir, I'm going to offer you either a trial for this matter. And you have the absolute, let's just set a jury trial. So we don't even have to ask him whether he wants a trial or a jury trial. We'll set him up a trial date. And all of those positions that you have, if you put it in a motion, we'll set a motion hearing date. She needs an offer.
I have a future on
Sir, so if you are setting a motion hearing date, you are doing so without my understanding of the nature and cause of the action against me.
Listen,
I cannot move forward until I have these questions answered. These are basic questions that you are obligated under the Sixth Amendment.
I'm not obligated to answer any of that stuff. I told you, I gave you the answer to that stuff by looking in the court rules. You're obligated to know the rules.
Sir, what you mentioned is statutory law. And if we are proceeding under some kind of statutory law, I motion that we dismiss for lack of a sworn complaint or anything signed by injured party. And in fact,
And in this case, it's hard to believe that every single missed appearance was just bad Wi-Fi.
Injured party here?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, well, sir, I move that we either dismiss this case or move this case to federal court. If the city is the plaintiff or injured party, they cannot also be the judge and prosecutor.
File a motion on that, sir. If you're saying that I do have a signed complaint for 1218072 counts 1 and counts 2. I do have a signed complaint for SX 3782961.
Okay. Well, that brings me back to my original question. Is this a statutory proceeding? Because if there is, there would have to be an international contract or agreement. And I would implore the prosecution to put that agreement on the record and explain how I am party to it.
Listen.
Anthony pleads guilty to driving without insurance, something he admits openly. This wasn't a misunderstanding. He knew he didn't have coverage. And that matters because driving uninsured isn't just breaking a rule.
What started as a debate over legal theory has now spiraled into a contempt of court charge. The defendant insists on challenging jurisdiction, but repeated interruptions push the judge past patience. In court, persistence without procedure can backfire, and here, it's turned a routine hearing into 30 days behind bars.
Breaking a rule. It's gambling with other people's lives and wallets.
And we'll make a decision on that stuff, okay? But at this point, you need to educate yourself, because you seem like a very articulate, educated young man. You need to educate yourself on court rules and procedure. Get the procedure proper. Until you get it correct, then we can't talk, because we have to be speaking the same language. Okay?
I mean, that's the main thing I'm trying to understand here, sir. Is this a common law criminal procedure?
I've given you some direction on.
Well, sir, I don't know which rules. If you could tell me where I could find the rules for.
I told you, go to Michigan court rules. They got Michigan court rules.
They have rules for criminal procedure under statutory law.
Yes, very much so.
Could you please direct me to that?
I've already directed you to it. Michigan court rules. There's a book that's over 1,000 pages, and it'll give you.
Set that really caught my attention. Anthony says he hopes that if someone hits him, they have insurance. That's a backwards way to look at responsibility. Insurance isn't about hoping the other driver does the right thing. It's about protecting yourself and others before disaster happens.
Delaying this any further.
We don't have to delay it any further. I can put a warrant out for your arrest, and you don't have to show up. I mean, you'll have to deal with that then. But at some point, you're going to have to deal.
Under what grounds, under what basis are you putting a warrant out for my arrest? And you
I didn't say I was going to put a warrant. I said if you're telling the court that you're not going to come back to any court dates, then that's up to you. All I can do.
What I'm saying, sir, is I don't wish to delay this any further. There has been no proof of jurisdiction. There is no live injured party. I mean, there's a claim that the city of Detroit is an injured party, but I'm not aware of any international agreements or contracts that I've entered into with the city of Detroit. And the prosecutor can't provide that. And it seems like there's a bias going on here because flat on its face, the prosecutor hasn't even spoken on this issue. And you just insist that we move to another court date. And I don't understand. I mean, your oath of office is to uphold the Constitution. And what I'm asking is
what you're saying in essence, right? What you're saying in essence is that I don't have any authority.
I'm asking you to prove your authority.
Huh? I'm
asking you to prove your authority. I'm trying to understand where your authority is coming from. And you're failing to
read the Michigan court rules, read your statutes, read the Constitution over again, and you'll find that.
As I said before, I'm not asking you for legal advice or where
and the Michigan Constitution.
You have, if you have a legitimate jurisdiction, I'm asking you, is it a criminal jurisdiction under statutory law, or is it under the common law?
All right, we're gonna give them a trial.
And you will not answer that question.
Well, we'll give them a jury trial date.
Wow.
August the 9th, 2022.
Your Honor, we cannot proceed until I understand the name.
At this point, the judge is weighing what to do. Suspend the sentence, put him on probation, or make him serve time. With a history of missed court dates, probation without real accountability probably won't stick. This is the fork in the road where leniency meets a brick wall.
You have told me this is a criminal jurisdiction.
Sir, please don't. I told you don't say. I'm gonna add some more days if you keep on talking. You already got 30 days.
I don't understand, sir.
I'm adding more if you keep on talking. Please do not say anything else. It says here, after the court determines whether criminal or civil contempt proceedings are appropriate, the court must determine whether the contempt was direct or indirect. If the contempt was committed during its sitting and in the immediate view and presence of the court, the contempt is direct, and the court may summarily make a finding of contempt and punish the contemptor. So I'm determining that this is criminal intent, the contempt. I am determining that it was done during the sitting of the court. We're on the record now. I've asked the young man, Mr. Jamil Lockhart, or as he has on here, Jamil of the family Lockhart, to continually not interrupt. I asked, the court is trying to set dates so that Mr. Lockhart's motions, if he wants to, or any of his pleadings could be preserved in writing so that the court can review those writings, give the opportunity for the city attorney, if he chooses to respond, and then the court on the final pretrial date, which I never got a chance to give out, would make a ruling on those. I continually ask Mr. Lockhart to not interrupt the court. I ask Mr. Lockhart, and I've exercised the utmost restraint, in my opinion, with Mr. Lockhart, and telling him that we will have no further conversation about the matter. And the only way that we can speak with the court is through motions. I'm not saying that Mr. Lockhart cannot speak. I'm saying that Mr. Lockhart must speak through the court through motions, and he refused to exercise restraint in his own self, follow the court rules, and he refused to obey the order of the court, which was to please not say anything further regarding the matter. He continued.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It happened very fast.
It's happening again right now on the record. It's happening again right now on the record. So those are the reasons
I'm just
that I
apologizing.
find, again, another contempt. And it just continues to happen. And I'm going to, now, if you have one more interruption with me, sir, I'm going to add another 30 days to that. And you're looking at 60 days. You're going to get 30 days Right now, you're gonna get 60 days if you have one more interruption too. And it will be no early release, okay? And so those are the reasons. The court finds that the contempt was done in the sitting of the court. It was in the immediate view and presence of the court, and that therefore the contempt was direct. So the court rules and statute and law gives me the ability to summarily make a finding of contempt and punish the contempt. You definitely have a right to a lawyer. You have a right to appeal my decision, but that is the decision I'm going to make. And at this point, I'm going to order you to report to the
30 days in jail, 6 months probation, and a bill to pay. For some people, 30 days is a wake-up call. For others, it's just another chapter in the same cycle. What matters next is whether Anthony takes this as a chance to turn things around or finds himself back in front of the same judge. After clip 8.
To the Wayne County Jail, and I'm ordering that you do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You have a right to appeal this order, and I gave you the dates that the next court hearing will be had for motions due, responses due, the jury trial date, and the final pretrial date. Sir, do you have any further questions?
I just want to make sure I can speak without being held in contempt or.
Yes, you may speak. I asked you, do you have any further questions, sir?
Thank you. Your Honor, I would just like to tell you, man to man, that it was not my intent to be in contempt. Has never been my goal. I try to do everything in accordance with the law. As you can see, I have filed documents. I filed motions. I've requested information from the court, all in a desperate effort to wrap my head around the proceedings and what's going on here today. And I'm sorry if I may have gotten frustrated and not being able to understand the nature and cause and action against me. But just again, that was not my intention. I look forward to handling this as amicably as possible. I think that the record will show, I think that the prosecutor will agree that there is no international contract to which I'm tied under statutory jurisdiction. And I would love to see it. I would love to see that evidence. But also, we covered the fact that the city is the injured party or the plaintiff. And this would be an improper venue anyway. But I appreciate your advice on handling that and moving forward with motions. I will be doing that. But again, this thing of contempt, it's just, as one man to another trying to understand and stand on my constitutional rights and exercising them. And I feel today, as what's happened is my pursuit in doing that has somehow been converted into crime against me, which is a tragedy in anyone's eyes, So I cannot consent to moving forward because I still do not understand the nature and cause against me.
He says he feels suicidal about going to jail for 30 days. That shifts the whole tone. This isn't just about bad decisions anymore.
All of what I respect the fact that you're trying to use the system and you're trying to operate by your understanding of the system. And the court is not trying to impair you in any type of way to present any claims that you may have. I continually referred you to the Michigan court rules, the Michigan Constitution, the United States Constitution. You want to find jurisdiction, you want to challenge jurisdiction, And I told you, if you want to challenge that, you're free to do that. The court is never going to impair anybody to challenge any of the allegations that are held that are brought against them. But there is a procedure, and whether you want to, you got to play by the rules, sir. And whether you accept the rules or not, that's not going to change the rules and the stuff that has been codified and the stuff that has been litigated and argued for over 2 centuries. The rules are not going to change for your position. Now, I asked you to continue, not say anything. I tried, and I appreciate the fact that you want to I don't know what position you're really taking or where you're getting all this stuff from. And I asked you to put that stuff in motion. But when I asked you to please be quiet, please, I give you ample time to speak. I have not impaired your ability to put what's on the record, but you continually say the same thing over and over. And then when I ask you to please be quiet, and when I tell you that I'm going to hold you in contempt, and if you're not quiet and you continually go over and over and disobey what the court is trying to say, then I have left with no other option to do what I've already done. So you have an absolute right to an attorney. I gave you Mr. Very, 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 very good attorney. Now, whether you want to listen to his advice or not, you have him there at your disposal. Other than that, sir, I don't know what to do for you.
Okay.
So I'm ordering
I
you
think,
to report to the Wayne County Jail by 5 p.m. today.
It just happened so fast, sir. I mean, I think we.
Well, maybe you may learn something from this. Maybe you may learn something from this, and that 30 days will give you an opportunity to go read and educate yourself on how this works. I got other people that are taking the same position as you, and I've afforded them the same exact opportunity as you have, and they did not do what you did today. They're holding fast on their position, and that's fine. I respect that. But I don't respect you interrupting me.
Whether the system is prepared to handle someone in crisis. The judge orders suicide watch, but you can tell this case is ending with more questions than answers.